Just briefly tell me what is this gratitude journaling?
IPS is your second choice.
Yes, sir.
Such a sensitive soul, what will you do in IPS?
Uttar Pradesh is a big state, and many of the issues, in fact, are impacted by the size of the state. So, do you think in that context, UP should be divided into 3 or 4 states?
Tell me the contribution of Saurabh Ganguly Indian cricket.
The way AI is going
Yes, sir.
and developing by geometric progression, how do you see this whole area of consulting being affected?
May I come in?
Yeah, come in, come in.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Saurabh Sharma?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Saurabh, please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Saurabh, you come from Fatehpur.
Yes, sir. That was my birthplace.
That was your birthplace.
Yes, sir.
And your father is an engineer?
Yes, sir. He has retired last year.
Okay, where did he retire from?
Sir, he was in UP Power Corporation Limited.
Okay, okay. What is your Bihar connect?
Sir, both my parents have their native place in Bihar. So they have been born in Bihar, but for a large part of our family's life, we have spent in UP because of my father's job. I have very little stay there. I have not lived in Bihar for long, but only for about 10-20 days or so.
Okay. And this Navajivan mission is called Kasya.
Kasya, sir. Kushinagar.
Achha, it's in Kushinagar.
Yes, sir.
You have done civil engineering from IIT Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Writing ghazals.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Vipassana meditation, gratitude journaling.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now tell me, civil engineer. I've heard of a thing called retrofitting.
Yes, sir.
And as a part of retrofitting, there is something like base isolation technology.
Yes, sir.
What is it, you see?
Sir, base isolation technology is a method to make old buildings or even new buildings earthquake resistant. So retrofitting is when we transform the old buildings and we introduce some measures to make them more strength, to give them more strength. For example, they can to make that building sustain earthquake. It can be retrofitted. And
where this base isolation, how is it done actually? Can you describe, what
Yes,
is the
sir.
mechanics of it?
Yes, sir. So it's basically done in the foundation. So it is like
In the foundation?
in the foundation of the building. Sir, the basic idea is to separate and to make sure that the shocks of earthquake waves do not disturb the building, so that it doesn't collapse under shear stress, sir. That is the basic methodology behind it, sir.
So they separate the foundation and the
Yes, sir.
superstructure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where was it invented, by the way?
I'm sorry, sir.
No idea.
No, sir.
Is it in practice in India, any part of India?
Sir, with surety I can't say, but it's costly, I believe, and India has large part of its region in shear zone 5, shear zone 4.
Now you are guessing.
Yes, sir.
It's not all that costly, maybe. What is it which is put, between the foundation and the superstructure?
Sir, exact I'm unable to recall, sir.
Okay, some ball bearings and all that.
Yes, sir.
Any buildings in India where this space isolation has already been, employed?
Sorry, sir.
Any building in Bihar?
Sorry, sir.
No.
I will read about it. Yes, sir.
Check on that. You see, after Bhuj earthquake, you see, this was practiced in the Bhuj hospital. Patna has buildings where this has been used.
I'll read about it, sir.
Are you aware of Bailey Road?
Yes, it's in Patna, but not much awareness about it.
That's the main heart line, you see, of Patna. How often do you write ghazals?
So I don't have a particular frequency, but I generally try to write once in 2 months, once in a month at least.
When did you write last? And can you share something here?
Yes, certainly, sir. So this was like the context was the Gaza conflict, sir, and I've written it. If with your permission, I can recite. दो गज मिट्टी के हक पर मीलों तबाही हुई, दो गज मिट्टी के हक पर मीलों तबाही हुई, बहुत शर्तों पर आज मासूमों की रिहाई हुई, बहुत शर्तों पर आज मासूमों की रिहाई हुई, बटे लोग बटे मुल्क इंसानियत भी बट गई लेकिन, बटे लोग बटे मुल्क इंसानियत भी बट गई लेकिन, जंग को जीत लेने की झूठी वाहवाही हुई, जंग को जीत लेने की झूठी वाहवाही हुई.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. Yeah, just briefly tell me what is this gratitude journaling?
Yes, sir. So, sir, journaling has many forms, and this form of journaling, gratitude journaling, is a concept in positive psychology where if we write about things which we are grateful for, so I basically write once a week about, let's say, 3 or 5 things or person which.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Dalal sir.
What is Saurabh?
Yes, sir.
You are really a sensitive mind writing ghazals.
Yes.
Do you think people who love music and ghazals, they're more sensitive than others?
Yes, I believe so, because to write anything creative, you have to have some degree of empathy or sensitivity.
But civil engineering is all dealing with cement and mortar.
Yes.
Why did you choose civil engineering then?
Sir, I believe, sir, the choice, I mean, it's a hobby and interest, but as a...
Or you had no choice, you got it.
No, sir, it was not like that, but...
Sometimes you just get some option, you have to apply for that.
Sir, basically, I was not very fixated to branch when my counseling, back in my counseling days, it was more about getting a good college, and the rank which I got, I was...
But since, like in India, construction sector is all unorganized.
Correct, sir.
And people are paid very poorly. How would you remedy this situation? Most of the poor people are and they're very skilled. They are the ones who construct buildings.
Yes, sir.
And they are the ones who are evicted and thrown out later on.
Correct, sir.
Have you written some ghazal on them?
No, sir, like
you
on this issue,
You haven't thought of them.
No,
Millions of them constructing buildings for the country, for everyone, for us. And nobody cares for them. Nobody gives them a degree even, though they know everything.
yes,
Only IIT can give degrees. The masons and the technical plumbers, they hardly have any degrees.
yes, sir. Sir, specifically, they don't have a degree, I agree to that.
But they know so much.
Correct, sir, I agree.
They are the ones who construct the house.
Yes, sir.
What should we do?
Sir, it is largely to do with the broader labor law reforms which we have to bring in our country. It is not just restricted. Obviously, construction workers have a much more sorry state of affairs. But in general, 90% of our workforce is in informal sector, sir.
Yes.
And that is to do with that a lot of companies do not want to make them on their payroll because they have to give benefits associated with it, like pension benefits or social security benefits. And it will add to the cost to the company and overall construction, sir. And herein, sir, there have been steps by government to tackle this, and government is taking some efforts like Shram Dhan like Shram Dhan, like, sir, sorry, I'm forgetting the scheme. It is like getting pension, or so state is acting as a social security net. So that is one remedy, but obviously, sir, private sector players, all the major construction companies, there has to be stricter regulation on them so that these construction workers do not suffer.
But the big companies in the international arena, they only go to a country which gives them cheap labor.
Correct, sir.
Now, what a paradox.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is to do with larger.
They are the cheapest labor. The poorest people must work hardest and give them big profits.
Yes,
that's
sir.
the way capitalism works.
Correct, sir.
Are you happy with this state of affairs?
No, sir. Like this race to bottom concept that we have to go to the least production cost, this is not viable because it is taking growth into account but not development.
Yes.
So that is not sustainable in long run, I believe, sir.
Okay, sorry. Then a question or question. IPS is your second choice.
Yes, sir.
Such a sensitive soul, what will you do in IPS?
Sir, I believe I'll get sufficient training to tackle situations.
Achha?
Yes, sir.
You'll be a sensitive police officer?
Yes, sir.
You care for the people, huh?
Yes, sir.
Not bulldoze over them.
Yes, sir. I mean, the legal route I'll take, sir. Like if law requires such action, then it's not an issue. But
Law also must be implemented with sensitivity. Don't you think
correct.
so?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
If you're a sensitive person, okay, thanks.
Saurabh, you come from Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
How do you look at Uttar Pradesh in the last 2-3 years?
Yes, sir. So, sir, in last 2-3 years, Uttar Pradesh has made strides in terms of its economy. The Honorable Chief Minister has pitched this idea of 1 trillion economy of Uttar Pradesh by 2027.
Is it achievable?
Sir, looking like currently it's about 0.33 trillion. So it may look a bit ambitious, sir. But if we look at the investment which has been promised, MOUs have been signed under the Global Investment Summit in UP that was conducted in February this year. That was 30 lakh crore MOUs were signed, sir. And moreover, sir, the upcoming of Jewar Airport, 5 and Ayodhya International Airport, 5 international airports would be there in UP. Then UP government is planning that every division will have an IT park, and slowly the push has been.
There are countervailing forces also at work.
Yes, sir.
Which are these countervailing forces?
Sir, at every level there is some resistance. Like let's talk about society. So there is certain sense of patriarchy is there, so women cannot participate into the labor force to a very large extent. Then casteism.
But this concept is undergoing a change in Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, it's going. Yes, sir, it's undergoing change, but this is an inertia. On those lines, sir, casteism, communalism, all these are hindrances if you talk from a social angle. And from economic angle, sir, there is migration of youth. So
Uttar Pradesh is a big state.
Yes, sir.
And many of the issues, in fact, are impacted by the size of the state.
Yes, sir.
So do you think in that context, UP should be divided into 3 or 4 states?
Yes, sir. So I agree with you that had UP been a country, it would have been the 5th most populous country. And there are many political appeals that the UP should be divided. But sir, I believe this demand for division of UP is not coming from the heart and minds of people of UP. Like in other states, if we look, Telangana or any other state which has been divided, the demand primarily came from the people, sir. So that is not the scenario. So I believe, sir, division should not be top imposed. Moreover, sir, I believe if the problems, like the main issue is governance is not being able to be delivered on a larger scale, and there are some areas like Bundelkhand and Purvanchal which have been neglected in this regard. So, sir, I believe if in this current setup of one state, if specific areas like Purvanchal and Bundelkhand are uplifted, then I don't think, sir, there would be a need to divide UP.
All right, Saurabh, if you are selected, God willing, and posted as Superintendent of Police in your district.
Yes, sir.
One day, a group of people come to your headquarters.
Yes, sir.
Agitated and restive, and they want you to do something in regard to the addressing of their grievances, and suddenly they become violent, set to put the headquarters on fire. What shall you do?
Sir, like if they have become violent, sir, there is like a standard operating procedure. Like first of all, lathi, even like there is a step-by-step process.
There is no time to lathi charge and all.
Sir, and like I don't have any police force on my disposal, sir.
No, you may have the police force at your disposal at the headquarters.
Okay. Sir, in this situation, sir, like first step would be appeal to so that they resist and make them sure that I will listen to their grievance and there is no need to be violent. And that is the first step, sir, even before any step is taken. And if that doesn't work, sir, I'll do whatever possible in the limited time, call the required forces, reinforcement, so that they come.
By that time, your headquarters would be burnt? By the time the additional forces reach? Anyway, you said your hobby is writing ghazals.
Yes, sir.
How do you think ghazal writing will help you as an administrator?
Sir, yes, sir. So I don't feel there will be a direct benefit, but I think, sir, it will, like this hobby which I have cultivated over a long period of time, as I mentioned earlier, has made me more empathetic and sensitive towards people, and which is the must necessity in any civil services job. So, sir, I believe that. And in specific situation, like if I get a chance to work in Ministry of Information Broadcasting Division of Government of India or Government of Uttar Pradesh or any other state which I am there, so there I can use my creative writing skill to.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you.
Saurabh Sharma,
Yes, sir.
tell me the contribution of Saurabh Ganguly Indian cricket.
Yes, sir. Sir, Saurabh Ganguly has been credited that he was like one of the greatest captain of Indian cricket team. And sir, the biggest achievement which I feel he has made to Indian cricket is formation of bench strength. So before Ganguly, there was to be the case that old cricketers, the senior cricketers, they used to occupy positions for a very long time.
That is within the
Yes.
Indian cricket team.
Yes, sir.
What is in the international cricket? How he was able to achieve what he wanted to achieve? What was the special thing?
So he was aggressive, I believe, in terms of
Any
earlier.
incident? Any incident?
Yes, in he took off his shirt and
No. I think before that something very very unusual. He made the captain of Australia wait.
I'm unaware of that.
You are
Sir.
aware of that. Okay. What is Mission Karmayogi?
Yes, sir. Sir, Mission Karm Yogi is a step by Government of India to reform civil services on the lines of modern times, and it is backed by
Backed by?
capacity building. There is a capacity building commission which has been constituted, which has been given.
Who is the chairman of that?
Prime Minister, sir.
Prime Minister.
No, I'm sorry, sir. Mr. Adil Zinul Bhai is the chairperson.
Who is he?
He was a former McKinsey partner, I believe, sir.
Okay. Have you worked with him?
No, sir. He's very senior to me. I mean,
Very
when I was
senior.
in McKinsey, so like he was very, very senior to me. I didn't have the privilege to work with him.
Why are you not trying to join the government through a lateral entry?
Yes, sir. So I believe, sir. First of all, I had the opportunity to join it through direct route, and for lateral entry, I had to gain experience and work and wait, and maybe.
There are many from the consulting firm.
Yes,
those
sir.
who are working with Niti Aayog, with many of the ministries.
Yes, sir.
So why do you want to get into the government through UPSC route?
Sir, I believe in the lateral entry route, when one gets recruited at the position of director or joint secretary, sir, we miss the part when we are implementing the actual policy. So my even basic intent to leave McKinsey was that in a consulting role, it was more about advising people to do things. But I didn't have the skin in the game to pursue.
Where do you IAS in 2047? Things are changing quite fast.
Yes, sir.
The government service is not that rosy what it looks.
Yes.
And in the time to come, it will be quite challenging.
Yes.
So where do you see IAS in 2047?
Sir, like first of all, I have embraced this career with challenge, like seeing it with a challenge and not with a rosy seeing that it is a cushing job. But in 2047, sir, I believe as we will complete 100 years of our independence, we will have newer challenges, like technology will be at the forefront of everything as it is now.
Okay, Saurabh. The success of Made in India depends largely on the success of the Skill India and the radical labor reforms.
Yes, sir.
Can you give some reasons for this?
Yes, sir.
Some logics?
Yes, sir. So, sir, Made in India initiative, sir, it is based on an idea that labor-intensive manufacturing has to pick up, along with other roles like design in India and startup India. All that has to also come in. But, sir, if we not enlarge the contribution of manufacturing sector, That won't happen. And today's manufacturing and industry is totally skill-based job. All the routine labor activities will slowly get into robotics and AI.
Okay.
And that is why, sir, skilling.
Second argument, this radical labor reforms.
Second argument would be, sir.
Because you said informal sectors, 90% of the workforce,
Yes,
they
sir.
are there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And people are not, and you have given that argument.
Yes, sir.
So what is that radical labor reforms that you have in your mind?
Currently, I don't have any radical reform.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, sir.
Saurabh, you are a business analyst with McKinsey. The way AI is going
Yes, sir.
and developing by geometric progression, how do you see this whole area of consulting being affected by AI?
Yes, sir. Sir, I believe, sir, some job, like some activities which are part of consulting, like analytics, it will be routed through, in which AI will be deployed for sure, sir. But consulting in general also involves convincing people that this is the right thing to do.
Okay, you want to join the government as a policymaker, you become secretary labor and all. How do you see impact on white collar employment in India of artificial intelligence?
Yes, sir.
Is it a threat or?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is like, according to many reports, it suggested that some roles and some jobs will certainly go, and we can't stop it, as it had happened in third industrial revolution, second industrial revolution, that a horse cart puller, that job went, and
You look at the future, don't tell us about the past.
So, sir, but there will be certainly new jobs also created.
What
in that
kind? This is a very
Yes, sir.
like moon. Be more specific. There's a general panacea that new jobs will be created, but where? You have come from consulting, so
Yes,
you
sir.
should be able to be very specific in those numbers.
Sir, like I have to read about.
You think about it.
Yes, sir.
It's a very important question. Now, on AI again, there are a lot of issues. Some people see that a threat as a the whole humankind will be controlled by robots, etc. There were a couple of conferences just in the last few weeks. What were the major conclusions? Which were these conferences?
Sir, one was GPAI, Global Partnership on Artificial
Major
Intelligence.
recommendations?
Sir, it was, it highlighted the risks associated with AI, but it also gave the potential for AI. So, and that's how it's different from the Bletchley Park summit, which happened in London, which only concerned with the risk associated.
Major recommendations of Bletchley Park, 2-3 very specific decisions they have taken.
Sir, I'm forgetting that, sir.
Something on behavioral change, could you trigger something? Prime Minister also in his inaugural for our Delhi conference made 2 or 3 very specific suggestions.
Sorry, sir.
Good.
Like I'm unable to.
Watermark on artificial intelligence.
Yes, sir.
Read about it. You talked about that poem in on Gaza.
Yes, sir.
Do you think a Palestinian state will emerge in any foreseeable time frame?
Yes, sir. So I believe all the major powers of the world are pushing for two-state solution, and I believe, sir, this is the only solution which can last, even
They
if.
have been pushing since 1948.
Yes, sir. Sir, but it is not sustainable and wise to think that Israel would be able to defeat Hamas completely, even if they kill every terrorist, or even if completely eliminate the PLO. Their ideology will survive, and there will be a Palestinian cause always.
I am asked very specifically, do you think a Palestinian state equal to Israel, a two-state solution means both are equal,
Yes, sir.
will emerge in foreseeable future, let's say 10-year time frame, 20-year time frame? Yes or no? You are a consultant.
Yes, sir. So I believe it will.
What are the circumstances when it can happen?
Sir, it can happen when the West and primarily US remove their back from Israel, and there has to be sanctions on Israel as well.
Is that, in what scenario is that likely to happen? What is controlling that in United States?
Sir,
What gives Israel so much heft in US policy making?
Sir, like, I have to read about it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Saurabh, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank
go,
you, sir.
we'll
Thank
call
you,
you
sir.
back.